Hi Riley, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good, I'm glad you're here. I'm good, thanks for asking. How's your week been?
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Well, I joined the drawing club, a painting club, and met some new friends, and also the math course is good. I feel that my grade will be better in the next semester.
Wow, it seems like your outlook is kind of shifted a lot. What do you think?
Yes, it is.
Do you feel like your outlook is any more positive or negative since you've been coming here?
Of course, positive.
Positive. That's awesome. In what ways?
Well, I feel I have more fun and more popular at school because of the math course, and I think math is really interesting, so I love the course, and my school life is better. Because when you're good at something, you will be popular at school.
Alright. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. It seems like you're feeling a lot better. I'm sensing a lot more joy from you.
Yeah, I enjoy my painting club.
Well, I'm really glad that we could find an interest of yours that could help you connect with other people. Because when you told me that you like to paint, that immediately seemed like, wow, we should really use that strength of his, because it's important for us to have things that we like to do, and that we get to do a lot of the time, because those things bring us joy. They bring us meaning. So I'm glad that the painting club has been that for you. So last week we talked about some goals that we wanted to set for our time together. We talked about making a new friend, and going to painting class, maybe finding a new friend there. And you were going to ask someone about his interests and maybe engage in that interest with him once a week. Did you get to do that with someone?
Yes, I met a new friend, in my painting club.
Yeah, that's great.
His name is David.
David.
Yeah.
Tell me more about David.
He's a really good friend. He's also good at painting, but we have totally different style. His painting is more bright. Maybe because of he's an optimistic person overall.
That's interesting that you notice that correlation between his art and his personality. Do you sense that your art says anything about how you feel or how you see the world?
Sometimes dark and broken, I guess. Because David, he's a really good guy. He's kind, he's loyal. I told him about my families, and he said that, well, it's normal. Yeah, everybody has some family stuff to solve. So my parents got divorced. It doesn't mean that they are not a good person.
Wow, that's really interesting that you guys got to have that conversation. How did it make you feel to hear him say that about your family?
Well, I guess I can do something for my family, contribute my own thoughts or feelings, or anything that I can do to make it better, because I still feel I'm one of the family members. I need to do something. before that, I was too angry to notice myself, my feelings towards my anger, my depression, also kind of desperate feelings towards my families. Yeah, they have some faults, I guess, but I'm one of the member. I need to do something also. But I didn't, so it's kind of, I have some responsibilities too.
So it sounds like you're kind of developing more of a willingness to engage with your family.
Yes.
I know before we talked a lot about this idea of a normal family, and to you, your family was not normal. It doesn't meet those expectations that come with the idea of normal. Because your parents are divorced and your sisters passed away, you felt like your family was really different from everyone else's. So I'm just wondering, how did it make you feel when David told you, oh, well, everyone's family has their issues, your family is pretty normal? How did it feel to have someone tell you that your family is normal when before that you kind of were thinking, oh, I have a really abnormal family?
It kind of changed my mind. Because David, he told me that every family has some issue more or less. So I feel that, my family could be better. I only noticed the negative parts before, but now I feel that there are positive things in my family. Like, I feel that my mom, she loves me. Mom, she loves me a lot. But I never noticed that before.
So that's a really strong thing to express, I feel like. Saying that you think your mom loves you a lot. What is it that's changed for you in your relationship with your mom that makes you believe that now?
She cares more about me. Like, she asked me about what's going on today, and like, oh, do you have any new friends that you can introduce me to me and invite him to our house? Okay, we can have some house party together, like something like that.
Wow, that's really cool that your mom is willing to be engaged in your life like that. How does that make you feel to have her want to be involved in your life and to feel like she's willing to let you have friends over to the house and deepen those friendships?
It's pretty good. Because I feel isolated before, but not anymore. At least my mom, she's still supportive, and also my new friend David, she's also supportive to me. My mom, she's really helpful sometimes, because she's now a single mom.
So, in what ways is she helpful?
Some daily stuffs. I find that I didn't notice it before. My mom, she cooks, she does laundry. I every day.
It sounds like suddenly you're able to see your mom in a new light and to be, it sounds like you're really grateful for the role that she's playing in your life, which to me it seems like a big shift from the way that you were describing her before. If I remember correctly, you were saying that you didn't really feel like a member of the family and that you didn't feel like you had a relationship with either of your parents, and you weren't really interested in pursuing that. Do I have that right? Right. And from what you've said, having this friend tell you that your family is normal, it made a pretty big impact on you.
Yes, it is.
Why do you think that is?
She kind of teaches me how to see the positive side.
So it sounds like having someone else tell you that things are okay, or in this case that your family is not so bizarre and different from everyone else, was really validating for you.
Yes.
So I feel like what we're discovering here is that relationships are really valuable to you.
Yes. Friends, families. I don't want to be alone anymore.
Well, that is completely understandable. I think that a certain part of all of us wants to be in relationships with people. So actually, that ties into what I wanted to do with you today, and that is kind of in this idea of relationships and kind of you stepping out and taking that risk to connect with people again. I want to kind of help you get an idea of what it is you're looking for in friendships and what values really matter to you in friendships. And so I have written some various qualities of friends here on these cards, and I'm going to give them to you, and I want you to sort of, after you've taken a look at them, line them up according to which one is most important to you. So, for instance, if trustworthiness is most important to you in a friend, I want you to put it over here on the left side. Whereas if it's not, you'll put it over here on the right side. Does that make sense? You're willing to do that with me?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so here's the cards. Take a look at them. And then go ahead and just line them up. If you need more space, you can line them up this way, with this being the most important and that being the least important.
This side is the least important.
This side is the most important.
This side?
So these are the most important things to you?
No,
Those are the most important. Okay, these are the...
Yeah, this way is the most important.
This is the least. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we have honest, reliable, trustworthy, faithful, listener, witty, adventurous, creative, funny, artsy, active, and sporty. So it looks like the most important things to you in a friend or in someone you're in a relationship with is honesty, reliability, and trustworthiness.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about this process?
Well, I feel like I find out what is the thing I value most. It's honesty in a person. I really don't care about whether the person is like creative or sporty or have some like brilliant popular stuff. I don't care about that. I just care about what the person is, who he or she is.
So how do you think knowing those things, that those are the things that you value most, will affect the way you seek out friendships?
Well, I only care about the person, but not what the person needs. It's like my friend, he can be boring, but he must be a good one. So I find that those characteristics, what I value, is also like what I want to be. I want to be an honest and reliable and trustworthy person. They're important to me.
Wow, that's really great that you could discover that about yourself, because I think once we have a better idea of who we are, it becomes easier to connect with other people. Does that make sense? Like when you're more grounded in yourself, then it's easier to kind of relate to other people. Does that help you?
Yes.
Great. Well, I'm glad that we could do that together. So I wanted to talk about some of our other goals that we established last week. Let's put those over there. We talked about finding you a math tutor so that you could improve your math grades, because I know that you were struggling with that. How's that been going for you?
It's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, my tutor, he's a brilliant person. It's really good. I feel that my grade for the next semester will improve a lot. Really.
Wow, great.
And my mother will be happy about that.
So it sounds like part of your relationship with your mom might be pleasing her with your grades?
No, I don't think so. She will be happy, but yeah, she really doesn't care about it. She will be happy, but it's not an important thing.
So more so that she'll be happy that you're succeeding and that you're thriving.
Yeah.
Because she wants you to be happy and she's invested in your well-being.
Yeah.
Not because it's like a requirement for
No, it's
her to
not.
love you or something. Okay. Great. So we also talked about finding a support group for other children of divorce that you could be a part of in your community. And I had given you a list to look at. Have you had a chance to look at that?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, okay. How do you feel about that idea of going to a group and being a part of a community like that?
You mean some kind of like my painting club? Is that?
In a way, yeah. But it's more about meeting people who have shared the same experiences that you have so that you can relate to them, and kind of this idea of validation that we were talking about before with David. You would get to experience that a little more too.
I think it's a good idea. Maybe I can find someone who also has a divorced family. It's a good idea.
Great. Okay, well, next week will be our last session, and so we're going to talk about kind of what you've been learning from these goals that we've been setting, how you've been feeling, and if you want, I can refer you to other therapists if you want to continue therapy. So yeah, thank you so much for coming in today, and I'll see you next week. We've done some great work here today.
Okay, I'll see you next week.
All right, bye-bye.